Hey guys, Dr. Davin, board certified laser dermatologist. Today we'll be talking about how to rejuvenate eyes, in particular my eyes. Um, I do a lot of eye rejuvenation, everything from lasers, surgery, all the way to filler techniques. I think you need all three subsets to be skilled at them to actually give good eye rejuvenation. For me, I'll go through laser techniques. I've had some laser around my eye area just to tighten up my skin. I've got lots of laxity over here, but I've also got what's known as a tear trough over area here. I've got a tear trough here because I've lost fat, mid-facial fat over here, but also I've got a groove around here. So this is what we call a tear trough. Unfortunately, out of out of the 10 specialists we have, it's only me that does tear trough injections. So I've got to have a guest visitor who's an extremely good injector fly up from Sydney, Australia, to do my tear troughs. I can't do my own tear troughs. I certainly can inject areas here by myself or mid cheek. I can pinch it up, but with this area here, it's extremely dangerous. So I do need someone to actually inject me. I can't inject myself. Eye bags are multifactorial, so in other words, many causes for eye bags, including herniation of fat, which I don't have. I've got skin laxity, I've got loss of volume, and I've got a prominent tear trough. So we're actually addressing all of these issues to decrease, this bit here. I also have an element of what's known as hypertrophic orbicularis oculi. In other words, my muscles, eye muscles here, are very strong. So a tiny bit of Botox, just 1 or 2 units just here, you can see will actually reduce this look over here. So the whole idea about improving my eyes is basically tightening the skin, decreasing the muscle action here, replacing fat just over here, and just a very, very, very tiny bit of filler. I like using Juvederm, so I'll get the guys to use some Juvederm Verbella, and I actually like to lay it down on bone. So with the different techniques, you can use a cannula. I actually use a needle technique. Hopefully my injector uses the same technique. We're gonna lay it down on bone here. So in this practice, there's about 10 of us. I'm the only one that does tear trough injections, so I'm not gonna inject my own eye.
So step one is Botox. I like my Botox done very subtly. So very small units of Botox and just a tiny bit around the crow's feet area and just 1 unit underneath my eye, and that relaxes the muscles there. Step 2 is fractional laser, and what I do is with the fractional laser to tighten or help tighten my loose skin. So ideally eye shields should be worn, but look, I'm not going to laser myself, so I got my nurse to laser me, and I had to guide her as to where I wanted the laser and the density. So laser itself is is with a CO2 laser because of the fact that it provides more collagen tightening than any other laser. So I had 2 of these procedures done about a month apart, and that gave me tightening of the skin. So here's how I heal.
Hey guys, it's day 2, 48 hours exactly since my CO2 fractional laser resurfacing. Conservative parameters to underneath my eyes and the sides. So I've been actually pretty good this time. I actually follow what I say to patients. So I've been using a lot of moisturizing cream and together with sunscreen. So it's healing up nicely. And tomorrow's Monday, so I should be able to go back to work looking pretty much normal. So looking good.
Part 3 is with filling, and that's to replace lost volume, and this is how it's done.
Davin Lim here. Anyway, I'm getting my eyes fixed. Yeah, I've had it lasered in the past, so we've got a little bit of, I guess, tightening of my lower lids. My upper lids have been done already with our therapy. Now I'm in Singapore actually visiting a good friend of mine and a colleague, and not many people I guess I trust to actually film me, but David Lowe, Dr. David Lowe is a very senior, he's a very senior esthetician doctor in Singapore. In fact, he's one of the first that actually did fillers and botulinum toxin. So I totally entrust him, and I'll be left in his hands. So there's no way I'm going to tell him what to do. We both agree where I need my support, and he's going to actually map things out. And let me introduce you, Dr. Lowe.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, so David's going to actually talk you guys through. I'm going to shut up. Okay, so I'm shutting up. So patient now.
Okay, in Davin's case, he's actually a very attractive looking guy, but somewhat tired around the eyes. You know, if you look at the shadows that's cast around here and here. And that's essentially because there's lack of support there. So the loss of support is from the atrophy of the fat pads as one ages. You know, once you pass the age of 20s or 30s, you tend to lose the fat pad there. The fat pad shrinks. So there's no more support here. And as a result, you find that the skin just goes downwards. We call it ptosis in scientific term. And today what we're going to do is to restore the supports in that area. To restore the supports, I need to build some support along the cheekbone here to give it this kind of lift upwards. And then I'll put in some filler into the fat pad that used to be there in the tear trough area. So again, I'm passing the cannula under the muscle into the fat compartment. So that's done. Both sides. Shall we have a look at it? I think we need just a touch more.
Yeah, wow, that's actually a huge improvement. Yeah, it's probably. I'll leave it up to you there, Dr.
This is very good. Maybe just a touch more. This side.
Yep. I think in this area, I always undercorrect. Do you undercorrect as well? Yeah.
That's right.
I think the worst thing to do is overcorrect because that's where you get lumps. So I always tell patients I undercorrect. That's what we aim for. We aim for about I tell about 50% improvement, at most. And patients are usually happy with that. If you try to go for 70, 100% correction, sometimes you can get away with it, but most often you get lumps.
And the important thing is that the tear trough is actually a
natural,
proper anatomical
trough. Yeah,
that should occur in everybody.
absolutely.
So you fill it to the brim or overfill it into
Agreed.
a hill, and then it doesn't look
Doesn't look nice. Yeah.
Doesn't look natural.
Absolutely.
But this side is definitely lack of it. So I'm going to just put a tiny bit. Okay, so I think that's good enough. Excellent. You're a great patient.
Oh, thank you. Do this to 4 or 5 patients a day now. Now I get it done. Yeah, so
At this point, you just ice it.
ice it. Yeah.
The last thing you want is for patients to have some bruising.
Mm-hmm. I like your technique. You just use one entry point with your with the cannula. Were you using a 25 or
I was using a 27.
27? Okay, very good. Yeah. Dr. Lowe, thank you very much. I think, like I said, I don't entrust many people to do this. A couple of my friends like Adrian Lim down in Sydney, Greg Woodman and Phil Beckor down in Melbourne, those are the only guys in Australia I really entrust. But in Singapore, this is the guy. Thanks, mate.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So what are the before and afters like? Study the videos closely, the before and the after, and you can see that the results are nice, natural and subtle. I've got good support along the lateral edges, but also underneath. In other words, I've got less dark circles, less, I guess, looking less tired. At the end of the day, a lot of people overdo this area, and I think less is more. So that is why I've chose Dr. Lowe, and I think there's only a handful of people that can do this to a degree where it looks natural. Overcorrection is the worst thing you can do for eye rejuvenation. For those of you who are new to this channel, I post one new video on laser and aesthetic dermatology every Saturday Brisbane time. I'm also on Instagram, and I do the odd video together with posts on a weekly basis. So if you want to learn more, follow me on Instagram, and please subscribe to this channel for more information. Thanks for that, guys. Bye.